my chickadees. Hello. How are you guys doing today? Look at us getting fancy. We had a countdown timer this time. And then I still was late. Okay. Today we're going to be checking out a game called ReKindled. Now, this is a demo, but it definitely looks interesting. So I thought this would be a good game to chill with. I think it takes about an hour, so it'd be perfect for the stream because, we're a little slow. We like taking our time. Hello, Ohilia. Welcome in. Yeah, I noticed that was new. I thought people might like to actually see how long they had to wait. But before we get started, I swear you know my schedule. I'm on an off day. Oh my gosh. We just have a psychic connection, don't we? But before we get started, I did want to let everybody know I've updated my Patreon. I have a Patreon, and on it you get exclusive videos every month that are not posted up on... Where am I at? Okay, there I am. That are not posted up anywhere else. That is only available on Patreon. And most of them are spicy. So if you like spicy content that I can't show on, YouTube, or else I'll get kicked out the door, you should definitely go check out my Patreon. I lowered the tier prices for this year because this is going to be our 3rd anniversary. I thought it was going to be special, so I wanted everybody to have a chance to dive on in. So I highly suggest everybody go check out my Patreon. If you're interested, the link is up above. Yeah, right there on the link in the page. Yeah. But anyway, we are going to... Hello, kitty. Hello. Hello. Also, one cat's already half knocked over my tea. So, this is fun so far. Oh, here's the other kitty. Hi. How are you? Hi. Okay. Okay, Draco decides he's going to join us today. Hello. You getting comfy? Alrighty. Okay, let's go on and dive on in and check this out. As always, if you get any audio issues, like you can't hear me well, or for some reason you can't hear the game well, please let me know, because the audio shows up different for me sometimes, so I can't tell all the time. Okay, you ready? You ready? He's right by the microphone, but he's a quiet kitty. He don't meow much. Alrighty, let's dive on in. Disclaimer. All characters and events appearing in this visual novel are fictitious. Any resemblance to real persons, living or dead, along with events is purely coincidental. This demo will be showing examples of negligent, stalking, and toxic behaviors that can occur in relationships. The team does not condone these actions outside of the visual novel and asks that if you find yourself in those situations, to reach out to your support network for help. Further, this demo will have overtones of depression, anxiety, sadness, and angst. If this is something you're not comfortable with, please do not continue past this point. It is important to know your boundaries and limitations. Please take care, and we hope you enjoy the story. Okay. I had this in my boys love section. I didn't have it in my yandere section. So, yeah. There's your warning, guys. So if you guys are uncomfortable with any of that today, please click away. I want all my little chickadees to be safe. And we're going to dive on in. Is that okay with you, kitty? Okay. Ooh, that's pretty. What's your name? Please enter when done. 7 characters max. I'm gonna listen to this in the background. I'm still working on the script for the visual novel, but it's not running because of missing indication, which is hell. Good luck with that, Ohilia. I hope everything goes well. Let's see. SPROO. Not P. Kitty. I can't type with a kitty on my arm. Sparrow. Please select your pronouns. I love games that let you select your pronouns. It's so nice. All right. Oh, I love that tree. I mean, I love that tree. Look, it's huge and it's green. It's got multi tiers and it's leaning a little bit. Oh, be still my heart. That is a lovely tree. Another year, another day alone. Walking down a busy street, you watched as people pass you by with smiles on their faces. You could feel contentment radiating off strangers all around you as you made your way home. Probably have someone waiting for them, wherever they're going. Must be nice. You'd been on your own for just over a year now. Walking home by yourself was just part of the routine you become accustomed to. You woke up alone, got dressed alone, ate alone, went to bed alone. It kind of sucked. You got used to it. Oh, can I not save? Okay, I can do this. No, kitty, don't knock the mic over. Is that load or save? I think that's, okay. Wait, that's load. I want to save. Okay. Return. That's pretty cool, like little road signs. Alright, let me leave this up here. Sorry, Twitch chat kind of got knocked into the abyss, so I'm kind of bringing it over here so I can keep an eye on it. Alright. Let's see. Oh, we got used to it. But you got used to it. Yeah, I mean, it's not that bad. If nothing else, there was comfort in metonymy. You could rely on the routine of it. The familiarity that came with each day. Today, however, it felt more like a burden than consolation. You've been trying to come to terms with your current circumstances, trying to find happiness and acceptance within yourself. You've heard it before. You'd have to love yourself before you can love someone else. Easier said than done. You were trying, though. Some days went more smoothly than others. Today was not one of those days. It's acting, it's, reacting the low bell falls into the abyss. Yeah. Loben hole falling into the abyss. Yes. Yes. Okay, side note, I am so excited for the Scum Villain fan game that's being made. It looks so good. I want to play it. Which we will. We will. As soon as the demo hits the ground, we're playing that. This day in particular made being alone harder. It was another birthday. Another reminder you had no one to celebrate with. Most people would be ecstatic about a day meant to celebrate themselves. A day with friends and family to fuss over them, spend time with them, and share laughter, joy, and memories. And of course, cake. He may not have had any of the other things, but cake? Cake you could do. As if the city had read your mind, your meandering path home led you in exactly the right direction. You stopped in your tracks on the sidewalk when you saw yourself face to face with the brightly lit window of a bakery. Yeah, let's just buy ourselves a cake. I mean, there is not a law against us having our own cake. Oh, I forgot to add the chat box for you guys. There we go. There we go. That's better. So you guys can chat. if it's working. Okay. Boop. A variety of lovely treats were artfully displayed. Cookies, cupcakes, pastries, and muffins. But what caught your attention was in particular a strawberry cake placed in the center of the display. Real strawberries were placed on top, with a heaping mound of cream covering the dessert. Oh no. Oh no, that sounds so good. It's good. You can eat the cake all by yourself for days. Exactly. That was it. That was the one. Yeah, treat yourself, buddy. Treat yourself. You get that cake. You get that cake. Ooh, these in the background look really good, too. Look at that. Oh, is that the strawberry one? It looks like it has strawberries on top. Or is that a pastry? I think these are pastries, but they look really good. Oh my gosh. Okay. Baked goods. You make your way inside, taking a moment to politely look over everything. The shop was well... I love how we're politely look over everything. It's like one of those when you go into an area and you know exactly what you want, but you don't want to look too eager. So we're just browsing everything first before we go in for the kill. The shop was well stocked with plenty of delectable treats, but with the cake in the window calling to you, you went to speak to the person at the counter. The shopkeeper aimed another one of those bright smiles that everyone seemed to have today at you. Oh, it's a little candle. Oh, I get it. ReKindle. It's a candle. Okay. That's actually the icon of the game. It's a candle with a heart in it. It's really cute. What can I do for you? Smile. Don't. Oh, look. I just noticed little lights. We're lighting the candle. That's so cute. Okay, I need to save this. It's that one, right? Okay. We're turn. I want that cake so bad, but I know it's so expensive and one price isn't enough. Yeah. Yeah. That's when we have to try to make it ourselves. Like, for my birthday, I either have a chocolate chip cookie cake or just a classic yellow cake with chocolate icing. Like, homemade, that is like such a good cake. I've had it ever since I was little and it's just the best freaking cake. What do you guys have for your birthday? Let me know down below. I'd like to know. And then while you're fake browsing, someone grabs it first. Oh my god. Oh no. What if it's just a display and it's not actually a cake? What if it's one of those fake cakes they put in the window? That would be so sad. That'd be so sad and heartbreaking. Okay, we're down today. Let's just not smile. There wasn't a chance you could match their perkiness. You didn't feel inclined to try. I mean, we should smile, though. Can I have the cake in the window? The strawberry one? Sure thing. You waited patiently as they moved around the bakery, grabbing the cake you wanted and packaging it up so it would be safe on the journey home. You glanced around, briefly wondering if you needed to grab anything else for the occasion before remembering that the occasion was really just you eating a cake alone in your apartment. No need to add any frills. After you paid for the cake, they gave you one last grin as they handed the bag that held your purchase. Here you go. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you. I'm certain I will. We're having a bad mood. We weren't smiling. You left the shop, ready to go home and bask in your, oh my. Every time this word comes up, you guys hear this story. Megamind has officially ruined me for this word. It's melancholy. It's melancholy. I have to stop and think every freaking time. It's melancholy. Because he pronounced it melancholy. And so that's always in my head. Melancholy. Okay. You left the shop, ready to get home and bask in your melancholy. You let your feet find their own way home as you allowed your mind to wander again, thinking about what to organize for dinner for yourself. We don't need to organize dinner. We just need to dive directly into that cake. It's our birthday. Let's just have cake. However, as the distance to your home grew smaller, a small nagging sensation began to develop as if trying to alert you to something. What was it? What it was you couldn't figure out. And soon, it wouldn't matter. As you turned a corner, you were met with the sight of a billboard, taking up a large portion of the brick wall of the building you walked past each day. The billboard wasn't new to you. For like 10 years, I normally just go out with my friends, but we're not friends anymore. That's sad. I'm sorry, Ohilia, but I understand. It's like, when you're younger, everybody has like a free schedule because the only thing you're doing in your life is like going to school. So yeah, mostly I just chill on my own too. If Megamind said it's Malakhanly, it's that. Okay. He also says school is school. What was it? Schulhaus. I think it's Schulhaus. Yeah. I just have to make a list one day of all the weird things Megamind says, because I love it. I love it. That is by far my favorite Will Ferrell movie, because normally I don't chill. Normally I'm like, his movies are okay, but for some reason that one movie, I'm just like, I freaking need this in my veins. I love Megamind. Listen, theater cake looks like 2,000 calories, and the daily intake for an adult is 2,300, so just eat the cake. I mean, it might be pure sugar, but you have a point. And if it's, a good sized cake, just cut it up. Just cut it in half. There you go. Half today, half tomorrow. Nah, bro, she's fake as hell. I found out the one I went abroad with. I found out she's fake. Oh, okay. Well, the good news is, who's a true friend and who's not a true friend. Like, that's another thing. As you get older, you just discover things. But it's always good to try to have as healthy as a relationship as you can. Like, as you get older, you start, like, not wanting to deal with fake-ass people. So, yeah. It's, okay, we went on a side tangent again. Hello. Hello, I am very easily distracted. Okay, what's on the billboard? It was something you had learned to ignore as you hurried past it every day to and from work. It was a part of your daily routine to try not see that face with its sultry smile, just as beautiful as you remembered. So why? Why were you unable to resist stopping and truly looking at that stupid image today of all days? You supposed because it was today. Maybe you just felt more suspectable in general, receptive to its siren song calling out for you to hear it. Let's eat our cake, yes. So, for once, you actually stopped, rather than hurrying past as you always did. Okay, we're gonna save. Close your eyes, face the truth, stare at the billboard. Okay. Well, we're actually looking at it, and I'm curious. So, I actually want to see it. So face the truth or stare at the billboard. I feel like these are about the same thing. Maybe this one we're just blankly staring at it, and this one we're actually... Let's face the truth. For better or worse, this was your life. Or it had been once upon a time. It was better to face that fact, even if it still hurts. Hello? Nikolai. Very, very pretty. Hello. You're Nico. He was stunning. Yes. Okay, so he must be like a model. So we're Look at this billboard he's on. That's so pretty, though. You're most likely to stare at the billboard. Yes. I should have slowed down and let you choose. I'm sorry. I'll do that next time. I always forget there's a delay in chat. I'm sorry. Then again, he always has been. Even on the first day you met him. And staring into those all too familiar verdant eyes, you remember everything like it was yesterday. Not like you could ever forget. Your first friend. Your first crush. Your first boyfriend. Your first everything. Including your first heartbreak. What happened? Why did we lose Nico? Again, with the Fit and Fun boys, we got a Mavis, and now we have this. Okay, he's prettier than that one, okay? He is much prettier, okay? No offense to the other game, but I think he's prettier than the Mavis wannabe, okay? He is very pretty, in my opinion. And yeah, he's got, more job. But hey, in his defense, this is an advertisement, so he's dressed up as a model. And while the warm, familiar memories never seemed to fade with time, neither could you forget the things that had gone wrong. From the day Nikolai's family moved into the house next door, he instantly became your best friend. For years, the two of you were nearly inseparable. The days you spent together vastly outnumbered the ones you spent apart. It reached a point that even your names had become intertwined in a singular word by your families and friends. Sparrow and Nico. During all the time, he was your playmate and constant companion. The two of you would act out adventures that one or the other had discovered in some show or game, or from books that you had loved. If you were honest with yourself, it was like Nico was your childhood. See, look, there's him not dressed up. There's him out of makeup. Look at him. He's still cute. My tea's getting cold, guys. I need to drink faster. As your best friend, he was always there for you. Your comfort, your confidant, just as you were for him. I don't believe that there is no way they left their son that looks like that not have 24-hour security. I mean, we don't know what he looked as a baby. This is apparently like what he looks like in high school, but we don't know what they look like as little kids. They might have been pimply and scrawny and all scruffy and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, in the high school era, yeah, this boy needs security. Needs a bodyguard. It had been this way all through elementary school and continued in middle school. Though Nico had become to struggle with classes as they grew more difficult. And with this, the heavy expectations of achievements that his parents placed on him. Oh no. Around this time, people start noticing how pretty he was. There we go. Yep, he needs security. You found it silly because it was obvious he was beautiful. Yeah, we grew up with him. We know this boy is pretty. Okay, my neck is weird. Let me fix that. Okay, chat is blocking it. I can't see. There we go. There, my neck was like doing this weird little bendy thingy. But yeah, it's like we grew up with that. We know this boy is pretty. Around this time, people start noticing how pretty... Okay, we already read that. Not merely on the outside, though his outside seemed to be all anyone really cared about, In retrospect, it was inevitable that you had fallen for the person who had grown up with you and knew you better than you knew yourself. Soon, other students weren't the only one noticing Nico's looks. So did a modeling agency. In modeling, Nico finally found a way to express himself and a way to succeed on his own terms. You tutored him all through 8th grade to help him get his grades up, a condition for his parents to consent to doing work with the agency.
Mm-hmm.
The summer before the start of high school, you watched as a sweet, sensitive boy you knew transformed. Not just in his haircut and clothes, but also in the way he held himself and moved his athletic body with grace. You remembered that first day of high school when Nico walked into those halls by your side, heads turned. All genders, all ages, everyone noticed him. His newfound admiration opened a door for him with the cool crowd, a door that was decidedly closed for you. Oh, we're not cool enough. We're not cool enough, guys. They switched to John Ray to Disney Channel when he takes his glasses and then he becomes a different person. Oh no. For the first time in your life, you felt a distance growing between you and your best friend. A distance that made you anxious and sad. The sting of this was only worsened by the fact that it had been many years since you had admitted to yourself that what you felt for Nico was much more than even the closest of friends and confidants. You loved him. The nervous laugh. Before starting high school, you thought that maybe he could feel the same way. Nico doted upon you, and sometimes you caught him looking at you. But whether with the tenderness of long friendship or, dare you hope, something more, you couldn't tell. You'd almost been on the verge of confessing your feelings to him.
Mm-hmm.
But when freshman year began, everyone seemed to have hearts in their eyes as they gazed at him. People were always clustered around him, flocking to him. Even if he had felt the same as you at one point, there was no way it could withstand the appeal of all those opinions. Oh, look, he's blushing. Look at the baby. Until one day. Oh, that's cute. Nico confessed his feelings and actually asked you out. Your first romantic relationship. For both of you.
Will you go to the dance with me?
It is partially voice acted. Yay. Wait, I bet you guys couldn't hear that at all, right? Okay, tell me if you could hear his voice. I'm gonna, like, change things around a little. Ooh, they got open dyslexic. Oh wait, that's font. Okay, never mind. That's a different font. I like the default font. Return. Okay, let's see if we do that again.
Will you go to the dance with me?
You were over the moon. It was like every dream you had dreamt had come true. If people had thought you were inseparable before, it was even more so now. You had everything. And then, little by little, he began to change. Nikolai, as he chose to be called, start to get caught up in how others perceived him. It was as if there was truly nothing more to him than his pretty external facade, when you knew there were so many more wonderful things about him than his looks. I barely heard it. The music's a little loud. Okay, I did turn down the music. I can turn it down some more. Okay. Hopefully that's good. I got the music pretty low. So if he does another voice thing and you still can't hear him, let me know. I can try turning up the volume in OBS a bit more. I've got it pretty high. That's all the way up now. maybe I should turn it back down a little because I have a feeling if it's up that high, a voice will blow our eardrums off. So I'm going to put it on half. But this is so pretty. It was as if there was nothing truly more to him than his pretty external facade, when you knew there were so many more wonderful things about him than his looks. Despite this, you had to admit that you felt... No, it's fine. Turn it back up a little. Oh my god, what do you mean? Turn the music up or turn the... I wish the chat delay wasn't as bad. Despite this, you had to admit that you felt jealous. People vied for his attention, and your own confidence wavered. That's when the cracks had started to form fissures in the bedrock of your once close relationship. And yet, year in and year out, you continued to date. You should have contacted him, people vied for his attention, and your own confidence wavered. It's because he's pretty. Everybody wants his attention. You need to actually... We should have communicated with him. He can't help he's pretty. He can't help he's pretty and how other people are paying him more attention because of it.
Hey.
When you were alone, he was the same sweet Nico with the patent, gentle sense of humor that you had always known and loved. The moments you spent together were the happiest in your young life. But, as he found more success with his modeling and grew more involved with his superficial friend group, you began to feel a distance growing between you. At times, it made you question everything, even those moments of closeness you treasured with him. This feeling was only reinforced when you heard him laughing with his friends. They asked him why he was still with you when he could do so much better. You waited, unseen, for the answer to the questions of insecurity that had been building within you for some time. No answer came. No answer came. Boy, that is when you step up. Okay, Nico, that's the fault. So far, I had been defending you, but that's the fault. You should have said something and defended your, significant other to your friends if you felt that way, but maybe he feels like he's drifting apart too. You slipped away before anyone caught you spying, before they could see the wounds you now carried. From that time, you could feel yourself start to shut down ever so slowly. Oh, wow, yeah, look at that change. His hair is now pink. Okay. Yep. I wonder if he had to do that for modeling or if he did it just to do it. Graduation came and went. You chose to follow him to college, and even though it wasn't a logical choice for you, it had a good reputation for fashion studies, which would be important for Nico. Okay, bud. Okay, there's your problem. If you choose to go to college, you need to do something you personally are interested in. You need to find a college that's personally the best for you, in terms of traveling to it, what courses are there. You need to do it for you. You do not need to just do it for someone else. I know you wanted to be around him, but guys, come on. You should have went to your own place, bud.
Mm-hmm.
Despite the difficulties in your romantic relationship, you still considered him your best friend. You wanted to be by his side to support him, or more pathetically put, you couldn't bear to leave him.
Huh?
Then, just before you both left for your first year of college, the offer came in. Okay, that is cute, though. Cute expression. Nico had been recruited by a prominent name in fashion to become a model. In Europe. Okay. For my viewers in Europe and the overseas, awesome, but I think this is taking place in America. maybe, because they haven't said anything else unless it's taking place in Japan. I don't know, but I think it's at least this at least means overseas. I kind of don't think it's taking place in Europe. Okay, I can work with this appearance. Okay, I thought you'd like it. After the initial elation, you feel reality set in. It was an incredible offer, something that only really comes once in your life. And Nico was given that opportunity. He had to take it. This was his big moment. And regardless of what this meant for you, he had to take it.
Hey.
And yet, when Nico saw your devastated expression, he vowed to turn it down. You couldn't let him miss this opportunity to pursue his dreams, to prove what he was capable of, not only to his parents, but to himself and the whole world. You shook your head, putting your own emotions aside for him, telling him as such. Okay, the boy gets points. Nico gets points right now, because he was gonna turn down this offer for us. For us. He was turning down this once in a lifetime offer that would boost his career. He was going to turn it down. He was going to straight up turn it down. And we're the ones that's like, no, this is more important for your career, for your, this is an amazing opportunity. You got to take it. So Nico gets points for that. He came to brighten up the shithole we call home. We need him more than you. Oh, so you're saying Europe needs him more than we need him? It's kind of a shithole over here, too, to be honest. It hurt when he agreed, even though you knew it was the right choice. The choice he had to make. But where did that leave you? He said it wasn't forever. He would come home as often as he could, and between visits, you could video chat every day. You both would find a way to make it work. What? What's the problem? He would have turned it down, but I guess there is more. Yeah, he was going to turn it down, but word told him to go.
We can do this. It's not forever. We'll video chat every day, and I'll come home to visit. We'll make it work. Please. I don't want to lose you.
Okay, there we go. The boy actually wanted to stay with us. He wanted us to make it work. So I wonder if it's in our court then. Then you thought about how much of a struggle you had in only the past year or two when you were together every day. You asked him how you're supposed to make it work when you could barely hold the relationship together the way it was. Oh. It was obvious he hadn't liked that answer, but he knew you inside and out, just as you had known him. He knew when you couldn't be persuaded. Oh no. So we're the reason we broke up. The two of you agreed to a compromise. A temporary breakup, just until he came back home the next summer when you could pick things up again. It was hardly a breakup, really. That last night you both cuddled together in your bed, simply staring tearfully into each other's eyes with the knowledge that the last 14 years together were coming to a close. In the morning, he was gone. Oh, and let me guess, things just start piling up, and he got popular and got more work, and his modeling agency didn't want to let go of him. I bet that's what happened, and that's why he's still overseas, because this has to have been longer. This can work with friendships. Long distance can't last with relationships. One person ends up getting horny. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm sure there are exceptions. I'm sure. But yeah. Long distances are hard. I'm sure it's harder in romantic relationships. In friendships, I mean, with today's technology, I mean, I'm, you can have friends in other countries that you talk to every day that can be your best friend. I mean, but I guess relationships might be a bit harder. So far, I feel bad for Nico. Winter, then spring, and finally summer came. But Nico didn't. He was more successful than you ever expected he would be. He couldn't get away. I called it. I called it. Boy, like I said, we need him. After that, you didn't call. You never had the self-confidence to reach out. Why would he want you? Not when he was surrounded by perfect bodies and perfect faces all day, every day. Okay, so this is our fault. And if we're never trying to contact him, or I guess we're probably not even answering him whenever he's texting or calling, he's probably like, we don't want him anymore. So yeah, this is our fault. Because Nico, it's not his fault if his model agency's like, boy, you're popular, we gotta make money off this, you ain't going nowhere. Yeah, ace people. I mean, yeah. Well, technically I'm ace, so it does. I could see that working. Boy, like I said, we need him. Okay, apparently Europe really did need him. And you were just you. Standing on the sidewalk, birthday cake in hand, you couldn't help but stare into his lovely, familiar face as it loomed larger than life, seeming to look through you. Is he gonna turn into a yandere? I don't know. We'll have to find out. I think there's 3 love interests. You couldn't help but wonder if he was happy. Did he even realize he had more to offer? He had more to offer than his pretty face. Did he have someone in his life that could remind him of that? Probably not anymore. You couldn't help but wonder, what if? What if you hadn't let your confidence in your relationship be shaken? What if you both had talking about things that were bothering both of you? Then this all could have been avoided. Oh my gosh, communication is key. Maybe then you could have been that person supporting him. You should have been that person supporting him. You swallowed hard. Yeah, I mean, if we just didn't communicate with him at all, do you realize how hard of a time this guy probably had? Could you imagine leaving everything you know, your friends, your family, your country, going overseas for a job, so you're meeting new people, having first-time modeling experience, so new people, new job, new things to learn, and then your best friend just stops communicating with you. So that would be so freaking scary. Or what if you weren't so dense? Just putting it out there. So, yeah, our character's very tense. Hello, Tiger. Hello. Please don't sit on the keyboard again. Okay, don't sit on the keyboard. Don't. Don't drink my tea. The tea is not for you. Okay, Tiger's here. Tiger is the youngest and most chaotic of my cats. Okay, go on. He's also the heaviest. Alright, he came in, tried to drink my tea and left. Okay. Alrighty then. Yeah, I have 3 cats now, because, I was just updating you guys. I realized I didn't update you. I have Guangsu, Draco, and Tiger. I had a cat that I know I talked about on, live stream before, and, he did pass away. But I have 3 kitties, and all 3 of them are chaotic and pop up in streams all the time, so, and recordings, too. I'm sure I have a couple of, recordings still up where my camera completely gets moved away because of the cats. Now the camera is glued down. It can't move. Okay, back on track again. I am so distractible. And having to eat beans and on toast and having to deal with UK people, transport, and traffic. I've never had beans on toast. I know that's a UK thing. How is that? Is that just like baked beans on toast? What? I need to know. I need to just try that. I have no clue about that. That sounds so crazy, but it's a common thing over there, right? Do everybody eat beans and toast in Europe? Yeah, I'm sure this boy is having a culture shock on top of everything. Okay. You swallowed hard. Look at the billboard one more time. Look away. Admit you miss him. Okay, I personally think we need to admit we miss him. We don't deserve him. Look at his painted nails. Okay, what do you guys think? I'm gonna save. Or did I already save? I already saved. I already saved because I am a genius. I am a genius. It's good with cheese, and if you put it all in the air fryer, wait. Okay, you put beans on toast with cheese, and you put it in the what? But it's a poor man's substitute for potatoes with beans. For potato beans? You eat potatoes with beans? I am so confused. But I guess I can't say much. I do have a lot of the like poor man food over here in the Appalachians. Like one thing I like eating, or I grew up eating a lot of, was like straight up white rice with sugar and butter on it. That was breakfast. I think there's a few others, but I can't remember them off the top of my mind because Southern people have a lot of crazy ones. What do you think I want to do? Admit you miss him! Right? Right? We have the same wavelength, right, Ohelia? Right? I'm good. Yeah, it's called jacket potato. Jacket potato. And you can have it plain or most popular with beans and cheese. That is crazy. That is crazy. I gotta look this up. Well, duh, I want to. I was actually trying to let you guys choose this time. That's such a satisfying noise. It's the sound of a flame. That is so cool. I love it when they like modify the sounds a bit. That's so cool. Miss you miss him. Admit you miss him. You still miss him. But that was a long time ago. Since you could not do anything about it now, you might as well get on with your life. Okay. Okay, we stood there for like an hour in front of the billboard. We got... I hope we can rekindle our relationship. Hopefully, that's the name of the game. But I think there's like 2 other people we can possibly think. We're supposed to like all meet them on the first day, I think. It's Nico, Marcus, and Jules. Okay, it's like written in cursive. But I think that's what it says, Jules, on that guy. So, I'm like not looking at the details. I don't want to know. It says meet your wonderful exes and love interests. So, exes? Does that mean another one's an ex? Okay, we'll find out. Trying to shake yourself from the memories long past, you continue down the road towards your home. Familiar shops and cafes were all closed up for the day, while diners and restaurants were starting to prepare for the busy night. Oh, there's a soccer field. Is that loud for you guys? Nah, don't look too loud. Okay, we're good. Families and couples alike were making their way out of their own festivities, and as you remember the cold apartment waiting for you. You make your way through another intersection, mind focused on the muscle memory of your path home. By the time you reach the intersection, You almost stepped onto the road before noticing the lights had not changed. You stopped abruptly, catching yourself. You close your eyes, taking a deep breath in before releasing it, chastising yourself for not being more aware of your surroundings. Yeah, we almost got murdered. Look around, look straight ahead. Wait. You almost stepped into the road. Okay, so we're not stepped into the road. Okay. Well, we need to look around. We just chastised ourselves about not being more aware, so I think we need to look around. As you waited for the crossing lights to change, you looked around at where you had ended up, trying to orient yourself. Taking in the trees around you, you realized you were only a couple blocks from home. Only a few more minutes you could sit down and rest and eat our cake. Clearly you needed it, if you weren't even paying attention to your surroundings. While enjoying the color of the trees around you, a moment in the corner of your eye caught your attention. Turning towards the movement, you noticed someone about to get into their car only a few spots down the road. As you took the time to take them in, as if they had felt your gaze and looked up, meeting your eyes. Hello? I'm getting Ayazawa vibes because of the scruffiness, but okay, hey buddy. You know, actually, we don't even know exactly how old we are. I know past college age. I'm guessing we're graduated because that was when they went overseas. So maybe late 20s or 30s. Startling recognition passed through you as the despondent golden eyes found yours. Julian. Jules. The longest relationship you ever had. One you've been sure could have lasted a lifetime. Oh no! Another ex! And yet, the reality was that it had been a few years since you last saw him, though it felt like a lifetime ago. Hello? Oh, you look like you're having a bad day, buddy. He looks a little sad. Oh, and he's got a ring. Wait, did he have a relationship before us? Was he married before, and that's why he has the ring on? But hi. He just looks like he needs a nap. He needs a nap. We went from model to homeless. We have wide taste. It's been a few years. Maybe he didn't look homeless forever. You remember the time those eyes, the color of precious treasure, were happy, bright, and loving. See, he used to be happy. But all you could see now was a tiredness to them. They looked lost, emptied, shadowed. What happened to you? He swayed briefly in place, the car door jerking in response to his grip. You couldn't tell if he was resisting the urge to close the door, or to get in. In fact, Julian looked stuck in place, seemingly wanting to say something to you, but too frozen to make a move. Whatever time he had to choose was taken from him as a light prompted you to cross. You almost didn't want to look away. He looked so very vulnerable in this moment, a shadow of the person he used to be when he was with you. What happened? I swear our MC is the reason depression in men is so high. Did we dump him and that's why he's depressed? Because apparently we have a depressed model in Europe, and now we have another depressed guy right here. Oh, that was a good call. That was a good one, Ohelia. I like that. His hair had grown out, no longer held in the ponytail you so adored. Instead, it flowed unkempt around his ears. The circles under his eyes told a story of many late nights and early mornings. Something that he always struggled with. Something you once tried to support him with. In studying the man you used to know so well, you noticed he was wearing a necklace. It glinted in the fading sunlight, and although you couldn't make out details of the circular pendant hanging off of it, You questioned when he started wearing jewelry. He never wore any with you, a personal preference of his. He much preferred to see the adornments on you. Perhaps he changed his mind, or found someone new. You didn't want to know. So, okay, we're supposed to be crossing this road, okay? And apparently the guys in the car we're getting out somewhere, and we're just like halfway across the road, like stuck like a deer in the headlights, just staring at this guy. The light's gonna change, and we're gonna be hit by a truck con and isekai into another game, okay? Okay, you better stop staring and move your butt. You could feel the gaze burning into your back, and you couldn't shake the sensation that he wanted you to turn back and talk to him. That he wanted to reach out to you himself. Oh, so he sees us. He sees us. Woo, that last bit of tea was ice cold. Whew. Okay, okay. We're on page 2. Okay. No, that's normally Truck Kun doing the isekai cars. Just kill you. I said Truck Kun would come out of nowhere and get us. I wouldn't doubt that. Alrighty. What should we do here? Hesitate or walk across the street? I mean, if we hesitate, are we gonna get killed? I don't think it's that type of game. I mean, there was warnings at the beginning. Let's see. Okay, I don't see like endings on here because I mean this is a demo. I've been scarred by some games. Okay, I was like, okay, we're gonna be isekai if we. Okay. Okay, do you guys want to hesitate in the middle of the road or walk across the street? Dun 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 dun. Because we're supposed to meet 3 people and we've met 2 so far. It says there's 6 unlockable CGs. I think we've unlocked 2 of them so far, right? Wait, no. 3? 2? 3? Wait, no. Yeah, because him kissing the ring was 1. Opening the car door is 1. Would the billboard be 1? That, if so, that'd be 3. Alright, let's see. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a few more seconds to put your votes in for what you want to do. And then I'll just pick instead if I don't get responses. Ooh, it's green now. Oh, I wonder if the flames change color depending which character we're interacting with. Because it was red when we were choosing stuff for, I think it was red when we were choosing, was it? Or am I going crazy? I thought it was red when we were choosing stuff for the other boy, Nico. And this is green for Jules. Huh. Just walk, bro. This man doesn't need any more trauma. Okay, yeah. Walk across the street. You make your way across the road with the determined steps, ignoring the feeling. If he wanted you to stop, he would have said something. With each measured step you took, nothing changed. No one reached out to you. No one stopped you from walking away. How incredibly reminiscent of your relationship with him. As you continue to take steps further away from him, memories of those years flooded your mind. You couldn't help it. Though your relationship with Jules had ended in such a despairing fashion, there was a lot of good there too. So much love. In the beginning, at least. Oh yeah, look, the clock. The clock things are also green now. So okay, Nico's red, Jules is green, and I think our third boy is blue. If it like is going by the colors on the page.
Hello.
Oh, he looks a lot more happy here. Look at his hair being neat and tied back, and he's smiling. He doesn't look like he's a panda. The two of you met while working for the same company. You'd taken up an office job alongside Jules, who was studying and working to progress into a computer engineering career. He had wonderful plans for his future, supporting his parents and his siblings to make sure they were set up for success. He wanted to give them the opportunities in life that he fought so hard to attain himself. He studied night and day to ensure he could make good on those plans. Long hours were spent in the office to ensure he met his own ever-rising expectations. Nothing looked like it was going to stop him. This isn't an anime, it's a visual novel. You were endeared by this and a touch perplexed. He held such lofty ideals, but he was running himself ragged to fulfill them, and you had found yourself wanting to help him. He clearly didn't have anyone around to ensure he cared for himself, so you started doing little things to support him.
Oh.
It started with making him a coffee when you made yours, and bringing it to his desk. Then it moved to pulling him away from his duties for a walk around the office. Soon it involved having lunches together. See, this is right. This is good. MC, this is good. This is what you should have done to help Nico. Doing little things to make life like chiller and easier, because see, these are little acts of love. During all this, you learned more and more about him, and soon you found yourself smitten by the man who could barely keep his eyes open at his desk mere moments ago. Let's see how this MC messes up this relationship. I don't know. We'll find out. You learn more about his mother and father, his brothers and sisters, and his hopes for them. But you also learned so much of what made Jules so... Jules. One wouldn't call him shy, but he was more reserved around the office, and with people he didn't interact with regularly. The same could not be said around you, however. Around you, he had a cheeky streak about him. Every moment you spent together gave him more boldness with you. He began making more flirty, teasing remarks. Oh, look at that blush. Small bumps when walking side by side turned into more determined touches. A gentle hand placed on your back when you made your way through a doorway. The press of his fingers against yours when he took a cup of coffee from you. He would lean over you at your desk, and when he helped you with your work, and the smell of the gentle flower cologne would cloud your senses. And then there was that smile of his. He was always supporting a small smile, but for you, he seemed to reserve a sly one that would pull out whenever he was being coy with you. You never failed to match that smile with one of yours. Your own. Was it any surprise when he asked you out for dinner? You couldn't get the word yes out of your mouth fast enough. Oh, hello. Yeah, he looks happy there. Hi, bud. Oh, look at the flowers. That first date, when you could enjoy each other's company outside work, was truly magical. It was made even more so with his presence, with you learning how he blushed when he was trying to be honest, and when he tried to be bolder than he was before.
Would you mind giving me a pinch, darling? I swear I could be dreaming right now. You look so beautiful.
Oh, smooth. Is it just me, or is he more attractive than the model? I mean, I like pretty boys, so I'm still leaning towards Nico, but he is cute. But Jules is cute. When he kissed you that night, it was the sweetest kiss you could remember in ages. The floral notes of his cologne scented the air around you both as he held you close to him. elation and relief rolling off him as he deepened the kiss with you. You had hoped that this feeling with him would never end. And for a while, it was perfect. Until the Fire Nation attacked. Okay, what happened? The perfection wasn't meant to last with you, apparently. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. Though those years, you learned why he was so selfish and why he pushed himself so hard to attain his goals. Julian was one of 5 children in his family. As the eldest, he was not only a role model for his siblings, but also the one with the highest expectations for his future. I like Jules, but I feel like he's better off without us. I want to know what we did to this man. Not a toe out of line, not a single grade below perfect. He was the one who needed to look after the family. Those expectations had grown with him into his adult life. Julian shouldered everything that was given to him. Whether his family asked of him, he did. His family meant everything to him, so he ensured his life was dedicated to setting up the best possible future for them. At first, he was endeared to you for this quality. He was a real family man, and what could be the harm in that? But soon, all those lofty goals and expectations began to weigh on your relationship as well. Attaining those goals became his priority. If he didn't meet them, it meant he was failing everyone around him. So we start to stay later at work, canceling plans with you, bringing work with him everywhere he went. Everything was a second priority to work, including yourself.
Oh.
Though you tried to bring up his habit to him, he was adamant that he was doing it all for you.
Darling, please. All of this is for you, to give you everything you deserve. You've done so much for me. I just want to give something back to you for everything.
You understood his motivation, and eventually you stopped trying to bring it up with him anymore. Another dinner canceled. You understood why. Another call during a time dedicated to the two of you. Again, you understood why. That's all you could say. Because you did, you felt neglected. Oh, look, it's not colorful this time. I like Jewel. Okay, should we... Okay, it's like, that's all you could say. You understood why, that's all you could say. Because you did, I guess, because we did understand, or we felt neglected. This boy is just working himself to the bone. So, okay, what do you guys want? So he's trying, like, he grew up with this huge expectation on him to be perfect, to do the absolute best in everything, and also he has 4 younger siblings, so he's always been trying to make a better life for them. And now he has us, so the only thing this boy has ever known is be perfect, do better, work harder. So he's now like working himself to the bone, taking meetings and calls and doing things because he's trying to I guess elevate his career, make better like deals and stuff so he can provide a better life. There's the same thing. The MC felt neglected, which is true. Okay, yeah, we do, like, the MC does feel neglected because he says he's doing all this for us, which, I mean, in his mind, he probably is. But at the same time, we're not getting any time with him. So, yes, he is trying to make our life better, but, you know, they need to communicate more and cut out certain times that is non-negotiable, that you have to hang out. You have to have, like, 1 dinner a week or something that can't be interrupted or something like that. So, you felt neglected. He's working too hard. Though you understood his motivations, it didn't stop you from feeling neglected, ignored, abandoned. Every night that passed ended up being another tally in your mind. The endless tally of moments where you were once again the last priority. It would be too strong to say you hated it, but it certainly was something that was building within you. Soon, those years that were filled with warmth and love turned into loneliness and resentment. You had tried to hold on to him, but each time he received a new promotion or a new opportunity presented itself to him to better your lives, he slipped through your fingers like smoke. Boy, you're working too hard. Eventually, you couldn't handle going to the bed you shared alone and waking up to nothing but a cold emptiness by your side. The only proof that he had been there, the scent of the cologne that you so loved, left on the sheets. So you left. Or more, you tried to give him one last chance to choose you over his job. One dinner, one night, just for the both of you. A sliver of hope that one evening with him would be enough to assure you that the loneliness was only temporary. But he couldn't even give you that in the end. He had left with the keys set upon a card signed with your name and a simple goodbye. 6 years together, all to fall apart because he simply couldn't look beyond his work and his self-imposed expectations. Oh my gosh. So, I wonder, if we got together immediately after the year apart from Nico, let's say we got apart immediately, that means at this point, Nico has been overseas for 7 years. I bet MC didn't even ask for a date and just expected him to know. I mean, it says we gave him a chance for that. So I'm taking it that for that instance, at least, we're like, okay, let's go to dinner. But, you know, he couldn't do it. So, but I'm just like, it's been at least 7 years that Nico's overseas. Holy crap. Still, if you had to feel alone, you may as well actually be alone. That was somehow easier, less heartbreaking. You felt tears well up in your eyes. You felt hollow. Let's see. Alright. I'm gonna say you felt hollow. You felt a hollowness in yourself. You'd wondered at times if you should have left sooner. Fought harder or demanded he be there for you. But what ifs cannot change your current situation. You were alone then, as you are alone now. Nothing really changed for you in the end. Picking up your pace, you made faster tracks home to leave behind a past you really didn't want to fight with today. Finally, you saw your apartment building. You were utterly defeated by the day, but you pushed yourself to keep walking, just a little bit further, and you'd be safe and sound to wallow in your own misery. From a distance, you saw someone leaning against a building. You thought nothing of it until you got closer and saw a familiar head of platinum blonde hair. The smell of cigarettes filled your nostrils. To be honest, this relationship, I can understand why it felt. Yeah, that one felt like a more understandable decline. Okay, let's see the third X that was crushed. Not Marcus. Not today. But, as was the theme of the day, you weren't that lucky. Hello, Marcus. There's a third boy. Cutie little blonde. Why are you outside of our apartment? When you got closer to the building, you get a good look at him. Tall, thin, and looking up like a bit of a mess. His blonde hair, which he used to make sure looked so artfully disheveled, clearly hadn't been styled any time recently. He traded his tight leather pants for sweats. You noticed that it was a set you'd gotten him after one too many nights of seeing him lounge around the house in those skin-tight clothes. We seen him in like skin tight clothes for too long, and we're like, okay, here you go. It gave him sweats. And his trademark leather jacket was gone. Some oversized, more comfortable looking one in its place. You got out of a relationship with Marcus just a year back, so this is our recent breakup. You'd been the one to cut ties, a final breakup in a long line of breakups, and he wasn't taking it all that well. Something up, he doesn't look depressed. So did he hurt our MC instead? I don't know.
Hi.
Funny seeing you here, sweetheart. He put his cigarette out against a brick and tossed the butt aside, then pushed himself off the wall and began strolling your way. Not in the mood. Talk to him. I kind of want to talk to him and see what he's about. Like, does he live in the apartment building too? Because that's a possibility. Or is he here waiting for us? Let's see, what do you guys think? He does look pretty comfy in those sweats and that. What is that, like a cardigan? No, that's like a. No, that's like a jacket. But that does look comfy. And he also just got a loose t-shirt on. We went from childhood friends to hardworking hubby to unemployed hottie. Is he unemployed? Let's talk to him. You sighed, accepting your fate. Might as well get this over with. Got any plans tonight? A playful smirk lit up his handsome features as he asked. You swore he could make his eyes twinkle at will. He was charming, and he knew it. He knew you knew it too, and he was desperate for you to remember it. I'm tired. I just want to be home. In that case, how about some company? Oh my god. Alright, wait. Hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. It's either that or he's a tattoo artist. Maybe? Be direct. Tell him to leave you alone. Okay. It's like, boy, it's our freaking birthday. I think he just wants to, have a booty call. Be direct or tell him to leave you alone. We're like, we just want to go in our room, go in our apartment, eat our cake, watch some movies, chill. That's all we want to do, and everybody keeps bothering us. Do you want some company? Tell him to leave you alone. We could be direct. Would be direct be just like, no, I don't. Oh, so now we know how to communicate. I mean, apparently this is a good 8 years later at least. Because we broke up with him last year, but I don't know how long we were dating before that. So this is at least 8 years down the road. Be direct. You let out a groan and decide to be direct with him. You did your best keeping your tone even, leveling him with a stern look. I'm going to my apartment. You can leave or I can call the police.
Huh?
His face fell at that comment. He crumpled in on himself a little, for the first time letting down his cocky exterior and showing you his true self. A broken man with a broken heart, standing in the street in sloppy sweats and begging his ex to take him back. It pulled at your heartstrings to see him like that. Somewhere in him, under all the intensity he showed you, the jealous rages, and the way he used to hold you against him so tight you couldn't breathe, just to make sure you wouldn't float away, was a sad, lonely boy desperate to be loved. If you come in, I'm gonna have to give you some cake, so no, leave me alone. Yeah, it's our cake. It's our cake. The whole thing is ours. And you did love him. You always pressed against him just as hard. You really, truly loved him. But it was too much. Before you could say anything else, he composed himself, putting on a smile that didn't even come close to meeting his eyes. Oh, he got closer. Hi! He started to walk away, but as he passed you, he paused and leaned in so close that you could feel his hot breath by your ear.
Happy birthday.
Oh, wait! Are you Australian? Listen to that.
Happy birthday.
Your voice is so deep. He remembered our birthday, though. He gets points for that, okay? He walked on, leaving you behind, but his words froze you in place. No one else had remembered. No one else had cared, but he did. Oh, we're in our room. Oh, we got plushies on the bed. Look at this little guy. Oh, that's a cute character. Got 4-leaf clover. Ooh, yep, that's a fancy rug. We got some books. What does the book say? Christy, Yenny, Cass. Yeah, this must be like backers or supporters, because Yenny I know is another game dev. Did Yenny make this one? No, I think Yenny is another game dev, so, and also a content creator. I know that one. Christy, AJ, Kara. So I say Meow. That's pretty cool. He sounds like the guy from Wrong Number. Kinda? Yeah, he actually... Oh, I need to play more longer. I need to play more of that. You shook your head, willing yourself to move off the sidewalk and into your building. As you did, thought of Marcus crowded your head. Wait, isn't Marcus in this like an Australian name too? Like with the K? He was never supposed to be anything serious. You met him in a bar where you'd come to drown your sorrows after breaking up with Julian. So yeah, we met him immediately afterwards. He was almost unbelievably attractive, ridiculously smooth, and he was there. That more than filled your criteria for a distraction. Oh, look at that leather jacket. Yep, you smooth. Look at the tight pants. He'd gone home with you that night, and then he just never left. At first, he asked to crash on your couch for a little while until he found an apartment of his own. He was between homes, between jobs, pretty much just floating through life. But he was a warm body, and his warmth quickly turned into a fire that you couldn't look away from. Yeah, look at that blue flames. Okay. Oh my god, that laugh. Okay. Couldn't help yourself. It was easy to say yes. Couldn't help yourself. Because, I mean, I guess we just coming off a breakup, and it was somebody there. Or it was easy to say yes. I feel like both of them. Couldn't help yourself. It was easy to say yes. I think it was like easy to say yes for us. He was the one who officially proposed you move in together. With those big blue eyes boring a hole into you, it was easy to say yes. Marcus was one of the most passionate people you ever met, for better or for worse. When things were good, they were incredible. Fond memories fill your head of him singing you to sleep and playing songs he'd written for you. On the rare occasion where he managed to book a gig with his band, musician, that's what he is, he always locked eyes with you wherever you were in the audience. Somehow, he made the concerts at bars feel just as intimate as the late night living room concerts with just the two of you. It was a talent, one you weren't proud enough to admit you missed. Grocery shopping walks around the neighborhood, house parties with his friends, no matter what you did, he always made you feel like you were the only person in the room. It was intoxicating how obsessed he was with you. When the shows were over, or when the last call was announced at the bar, he'd grab your hand and pull you close to him, making the whole world disappear. Let's dance, sweetheart. There was just something about how he looked at you. The way he always looked at you. Like you were the only person in the room. The only person on the planet. It was intense. It became like a drug. And without a doubt, you got addicted fast. But while the highs were ethereal high, the lows were almost unbearable. Yeah, I was about to say, they sound like they had a nice time, but we haven't heard the lows yet. Marcus was a jealous man, something that had caused many issues in your relationship. As passionate as he was about loving you, he was just as passionate about making sure no one else did. As time went on, you found yourself picking up some of those tendencies. In the beginning, if some would-be groupie tried to hang off him after a show, it wouldn't bother you. But as time went on, you start snapping at them. And of course he noticed. You're getting territorial. We went through our bad boy era. Yeah, apparently. It looks good on you. Apparently he liked us being territorial. Okay. You get upset at remarks like that. Those comments make you smile. So, maybe those comments made you smile. Comments like that brought a smile to your face. It was hard to describe how good it felt to know that you both wanted each other so much. It suits you too. You could still envision his small smile before he crashed his lips into yours. Okay, so yeah, the flames change color for each love interest. Yeah, it's really cool, ain't it? Like, look, the clock's blue now. Weeks turned into months, and months turned into years. 2 of them, to be exact. Okay. I'm keeping up with math now. So, it's been like, what, 10 years now? Because we were with Jules 6 years. We were with him 2 years. And it had been a year. Well, okay. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Maybe 10. Yeah, so it has been a decade. It has been a decade since our first boy went to Europe. It's been a decade. A decade without Nico. 2 years of your life with him, you decided you had enough. The breakup was brutal. He didn't want to leave your apartment, and a part of you didn't want him to leave either. But you were sure things couldn't go on the way they were. The fighting, the jealousy, the constant intensity of every single emotion. Okay, that would be exhausting, to be like constant intensity of everything. That would be exhaustion. So we're in our 30s now, minimum. Yeah, minimum we're in our 30s. You were hooked on seeing the dark haze of anger in his eyes when he saw you talking to another guy. Pushing his buttons became a beloved pastime, and you came to thrive on the feeling you got when you saw someone else looking at him only for you to approach him and stake your claim over him. Yeah, this is unhealthy. It was unsustainable. You knew that. But knowing it and liking it were two different things. And as you walked into your empty apartment that had so recently been filled with Marcus, you didn't like it one bit. Oh my god, I hate this. I don't want them to leave, but you leave. I don't want them to leave, but you leave. Yeah. You saw him everywhere you looked. Sometimes you think you saw a flash of platinum blonde hair out of the corner of your eye.
Ugh.
Or you swear you could hear your voice with his, reverberating off the kitchen walls in a screaming match about something that never even mattered. Yeah, no. No. No, we ain't doing this. That's
I
cute,
love
though.
you. No one else. Not ever. Only you.
He is cute, but we aren't doing screaming matches, okay? And with every fiber of your being, you could only respond in kind. I love you too. No one else. Those kinds of heated, fatalistic words always led to a feverish kissing and bruising grips on your hips, shoulders, anywhere he could find purchase. You felt it scary. You found it thrilling. You felt it scary. I think that screaming matches, I think, would be scary, okay? And then, like, bruising grips. I think it's scary. He sounds like the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Yeah. Yeah, with that deeper voice. And you always held on just as tightly. The scratch marks and little bruises on his pale skin, a reminder that he belonged to you. Okay. You were the only one who got to mark him like that. Okay, that don't act like we're scared. Sometimes it felt scary. Oh, there we go. Your desperation to hold on to him rolled off you in waves, threatening to pull you over. Oh, that type of scary. Okay, I thought we meant it was scary with the screaming matches and everything, but okay. Still, you knew he felt the same, and there was a remarkable comfort in that. But it didn't matter now. Marcus was gone. And look, whenever we're not having a moment with them, our clock is gray. That's pretty cool. I like that detail. He was gone. Julian was gone. Nico was gone. And now you were alone. Trying to push all the thoughts of the mess you made of your life aside. You had made your way to your room and set the cake down on your short table. Carefully, you took it out of its box and looked at it. This is pathetic. I can't believe how it ended up. I can't believe how it ended up because I'm not saying this is pathetic. This is our life. Yeah, we're alone having cake together, but it's not pathetic, okay? I feel like the devs want us to go for Marcus. We've had like 3 options for him. I think Marcus is cute, but honestly, I would go for one of the other two. Nico, I still want more info with Nico, okay? I feel like that was like pretty dang neutral. Because he wanted to be with us and he went overseas, but it said we stopped calling him. Not he stopped calling us, we stopped calling him. And he always was focusing on us. Julian loved us, but he was ignoring us for the job, and then we gave him chances he would take the job over us. And this one, I think Marcus would be the yandere, and yeah, I love yanderes, but yeah, I don't want to do no freaking screaming matches. That's unhealthy. It's not pathetic. We can afford a massive cake. Those are expensive. Yeah, exactly. That means we're doing good at our job. I can't believe that's how it ended up. You muttered softly to yourself. No one in the empty room to hear you. I can't believe this is how it ended up. As you look down at the cake and you realize something was missing. A candle. That's what you've been missing at the bakery. Sure, no one was there to sing happy birthday to you or watch you blow out the candle, but still, you've gone this far in your pity party of one. No sense in half-assing it now. You begin rummaging around in the drawers in your kitchen, but you come up empty. Do we have a lighter? We could, light the lighter and blow it out. That works, too. The universe was clearly against you, and it was starting to feel personal. You couldn't do anything right. You couldn't stop fighting with Marcus, couldn't stop Jules from slipping through your fingers, and couldn't tell Nico what he really meant to you. But it was your birthday, and damn it, you were gonna blow out a candle. Yes, get that passion. Nico was our fault. The other two were understandable. Yeah, exactly. I really think we need a second shot with Nico. Because, hey, also, we both had a decade to grow. So, hey, you have your stuffed animals for company. We do. Look at those pretty little things. I know that's a dog. That's a human. That's a unicorn. What the heck is this? Wait, is that a toy cat in a costume? I think it is. It looks like it's in like a Bulbasaur it is in a Bulbasaur costume, I think. Okay. You wanted your damn wish. We deserve it. You weren't sure how much time had passed as you tore through your apartment looking for something, anything that would work. Eventually, you were crouched near your bed, ripping through your nightstand when something caught your eye. Oh, look at the poor bunny. It looks dejected. Give it a cuddle. Jutting out from the mattress was a box. You stared at it as a heaviness built in your chest. It was an old box, much older than you were, passed to you by your grandmother. She gave it to you to house your dearest memories and treasures that you have collected over the years. Growing up, your grandma was your favorite person, no contest. She was funny, smart, and a touch strange too, but in a fascinating way. For so long, you remember thinking that maybe she was magic. She always seemed bigger than life. Taking the seat on the floor, you pulled the box out, tracing the grooves of the lid as you brush away the layer of dust. Propping the box on your legs, you start sifting through it, heart swelling with all the memories the trinkets brought to mind. There was a lighter, a gaudy heart-shaped thing that never worked right. Marcus had bought it at a thrift shop during our afternoon stroll one day when you told him it reminded you of him. He tried to get it in working order, but never managed it. A fitting metaphor for your relationship, he thought. Glinting in the corner of the box was a silver ring, engraved with your high school emblem. Nico's old class ring. Oh! He'd given it to you the first time he confessed his feelings for you. You wore it all through high school. Both sure you were going to spend the rest of your lives together. Now it lay forgotten. Tarnished. A frame had been gently placed on the bottom of the box. A pressed daisy from the bouquet Julian had brought you when he asked you out stared back at you, reminding you of the sheer joy he felt in that moment. Now it was a reminder that the happiness didn't last. That's really cute that we have all of that still. Forcing the sentimental thoughts aside, you glanced over the box once more, a niggling feeling that something was calling out to you. And that was when you saw it. A singular, unassuming candle. The reason you kept it, of course, was incredibly significant. It was the very same candle your grandma had placed on your cake for your first birthday. She loved telling the story of that day. She had baked that cake from scratch, piped the decorations on it in your favorite colors. As soon as you'd blown the candle out, she'd recount warmly you tore the cake apart. You smiled, thinking of how she laughed when she talked about it. Grandma always seemed to light up when talking about your adventures and exploits growing up. Turning the candle in your hand, a warm feeling that you had been missing all day was filling your chest. Yeah, this would do just fine. Leaving the box on the floor, you scooted back to the cake. sitting pretty on your table, taking the candle with you. Carefully, you place the candle on top of the cake. It wasn't an overly fancy thing, and of course part of it had already been melted away. It was the white with golden swirls, simple but beautiful. That is a pretty cake. There was a certain bittersweetness in seeing the candle that represented one of the happiest events in your life being used when you were feeling quite the opposite. Pulling out a box of matches, you tried to light several times with no success. A few failed to spark, and some just snapped in your fingers. Tears welled in your eyes, and you became even more frustrated over being unable to light just one single simple match. You closed your eyes and took a deep breath before you tried the last match, successfully striking it up and watching the tip light up. With a shaky hand, you leaned closer to the candle, covering with a hand lest any movement of air snuff it out. As the candle lit up, you watched the little flame dance for just a moment. You took a seat at the table. Your eyes remained glued to the sight before you. It was somewhat calming watching the flame flicker, and you found yourself able to breathe easier after your earlier frustration. As the light from the candle illuminated the cake in the darkening room, ever so quietly you hummed to yourself the tune of the birthday song you grew up with. Though as you got closer to the end, you had started to get stuck on a few of the notes. A thickness was building up in your throat as you continued. As you got to the end, you cleared your throat before whispering to yourself softly, "Happy birthday, Sparrow." You went to blow out the candle, but you stopped. Just as you took in a breath, you forgot to make your wish. I wish... Though you had started, there wasn't a wish you could think to put to words. What could you wish for? What would you want to wish for? After everything that transpired today, only one thought made itself known: the chance to make a change. Eyeing the candle, you silently make your wish to the universe, in the hopes that something might hear you. Please, just one more chance to change things. One chance to fight for them. Once again, you took in a breath. You blew the candle out. Or you thought you did. The light went funny for a brief moment, and in that time you could have sworn that a tiny little flame turned colors. Bright red at first, then green, and finally blue before at last winked out of existence. Ah! We're getting a wish! Yes, Ohilia, are we going to go back in time to each lover? That would be freaking amazing. This is so dramatic. Have a slice of cake. You're not you when you're hungry. Oh my god, that's so cool. It could have been a trick of the light. You tried to reason with yourself. Or maybe you were so exhausted that you started seeing things. Regardless of the reason, tears begin to fill your vision. Like a dam breaking off after all the pressures of the day, you start to cry. Crying over everything you lost, for everything you'd ever known. You let yourself cry, hugging yourself as tears soaked your cheeks until no more would come and your eyes felt dry and swollen. Once you had calmed yourself, you wiped your face and then eyed the cake and the old candle stuck in the middle, little whips of smoke rising off of it. Suddenly, even the idea of celebrating your birthday on your own felt like too much work. Put the cake in the fridge. Leaving it where it was, you turned and climbed onto your bed instead. No! Put the cake in the fridge! I mean, I guess it wasn't in the fridge, but I mean, you don't want it to ruin, please. So, are we going to eat the cake? Apparently not. In a fitting end to a terrible day, sleep didn't come easy. You tossed and turned, thoughts of Nico, Jules, and Marcus swirling in your head. What if you'd been able to make it work with one of them? What if you'd been able to put your insecurities aside to fight for the bond you had with Nico, rather than letting your lack of confidence tear it down? What if instead you'd been able to build a life together on all those memories you created since you were little? Or Julian? What if you'd given him more time to realize his dream? What if you were secure enough in your love for him and his love for you to stick it out? Maybe you needed to fight more for the two of you. And Marcus, he had been there, actually there to wish you a happy birthday today. He was absolutely crazy about you. You knew that in your heart, so what if you indulged him in that? Would he be here again, holding you, singing you a lullaby? While you didn't know the exact answer to each of those questions, each scenario had the same basic outcome. At least you wouldn't be alone. With those thoughts swirling in your head, you finally drift into a fitful sleep. MC, how dare you waste a perfectly good cake? I know, right? I agree. A sympathy of senses took you from consciousness to a place far better. You felt soft hair against your cheek and an indescribable warmth enveloping you. The scent of a floral cologne seems to lull you deeper into sleep. Did somebody sneak into our bed? Filling you with the hope of a happier future. A few notes from an old guitar broke the stark silence in your apartment, and you heard a soft, sweet voice singing just for you. Did Marcus break into our apartment to sing us to sleep? What? I want Jules and Nico. Marcus needs another hobby. I mean, apparently he has a hobby. Did he break into our apartment to sing us to sleep? What? Instead of the normal darkness that would typically accompany you when you drift to sleep, you instead saw other memories flash before you. Memories of your past loves. Everywhere you looked, snapshots of your life appeared in frames all around you. All the happy memories and the bad. More and more senses filled your mind. Familiar, yet strange all at the same time. Or maybe we went back in time and when we were in bed with our lover, whichever lover we had more points with. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Then suddenly, it was as if you were falling. The collage of frames disappeared and you were surrounded by nothing but a black void. You thought to yourself that you should be afraid, but all you felt was a peace that was akin to hope. As you floated in this void, you saw a figure in the distance, one that was slowly approaching you. Before your eyes, you saw your grandmother, clear as day and looking exactly how you always remembered her. Not surprised. Okay, is Grandma gonna help us get a man? Call out to her. Filled with excitement, you couldn't help but excitedly call out to her. Grandma! It had been so long since you last saw her. All you felt was elation at seeing her after everything you went through today. As she walked closer to you, you could see in one of her hands a candle, the very same candle you used earlier that evening for your cake. The flame lit and dancing without a care as she walked towards you. She looked at you as you got closer. Really, truly looked at you. You felt your stomach drop. This dream was starting to feel incredibly real. Without a word, your grandma came to a stop in front of you. Reaching out, she grabbed one of your hands, and when she did, your feet found purchase to something solid. As solid as if she was holding on to you. Grandma gave us a magic candle. She knew her baby would need it. Yes! Grandma taking care of us. With a smile that lit up her face, she turned away and pulled you along with her, leaving you no choice but to follow her. You wanted to ask what she was doing here, to tell her how much you missed her, how you wish she was with you today, but you couldn't find your voice, so instead you kept pace with her. Oh, we get doors. Nico, Julius, and Marcus. That is really cool. That's pretty. Soon, 3 doors materialized in front of you, each designed differently with a different mofet. Somehow, each seemed familiar to you, and each pulled to you, wanting you to come closer. You looked toward your grandma, who was simply smiling at you, a wise, knowing smile that filled you with something like hope. Second chances. She turned to you, pressing the still-lit candle into your hand, as you tried to find meaning in the phrase, but nothing came to mind. Before you could ask, A small, rough hand cradled your cheek. You put your hand over hers as she continued to look at you with nothing but adoration in her eyes. You'll understand soon enough. Then she stepped back and turned away. Before you were able to stop her, she simply faded from your view as if she was never there to begin with. Second chances? You turned towards the doors in front of you and looked at your candle. It burned brightly, and yet there was no wax melting, no heat radiating from it. It simply stayed lit, a guiding light for you to follow, and it seemed to be guiding you towards the doors ahead of you. Your wish from earlier in the night rang through your mind. Please, just one more chance to make things right. One more chance to fight for them. As if all at once you realized what this meant. You couldn't tell if this was real or whether it was all a dream, but one thing was for certain. This was your chance, and if by some luck, or some pure magic, this was real, you were going to take it. With a newly found determination, you gripped onto the candle in your hand and took a step towards the doors. You chose. Ah! Heck yeah! This is a demo, so I have a feeling it's going to end very, very soon. Oh my gosh. Okay, we gotta choose Nico, right? Because the boy deserved better, and we deserve better. It was like... Nico. This is so cool. Oh, look, the colors! The flames. Red for Nico, blue for Marcus, and green for Jules. They changed it. That's really cool. Yeah, for now. But you want Jules? Okay, we are going to go for Nico now. You gripped onto the handle of the door and pushed it open. The flame of the candle burning brighter and brighter until its light consumed your vision. Thank you for playing our demo! Getting the chance to go back in time, will the choices you make rekindle a lost flame, giving you the chance for a happy ending you're wishing for, or will it stay snuffed out with no hope of a future with them? Stay tuned for updates on the full release. Ah! Ah! Oh my god, they faded out, left Nico. I guess that was our choice. Oh my gosh. I'm fighting. Gallery. Oh. Look. Okay, so the other ones didn't. Oh, Nico? Jules? Marcus. Oh, cool. Oh, now they're all there. Okay, never mind. We good? Oh, that's so cool. Oh, let me see if there's been any development. Yeah, this just it just dropped in June last year, so it hasn't even been a year yet. There wasn't. Okay, so they are working on updates. Let's see. Last update was posted in October. Okay, so... Okay, I think their updates are on Tumblr now. Oh, look at all the cute pictures. They're cute pictures. Alright. That is awesome. I'm excited to play more. I love the idea that we're going back in time and having a recheck on it. I've read a lot of Danmei like that. I love it. Time traveling, isekai, or whatever. This is so interesting, though. I love it, and the only thing I need right now is Mannequin Academy to update, and then I'll be happy. Yes. Yes. Hopefully they will eventually update that. But this is really cool. I love it. I'm really excited for more. And as always, I'm going to have a link down below for you guys to check it out. And whenever in the future, whenever more drops, I will definitely want to play more of this game. I gotta find out how this all works. Like, this is gonna be so cool. It's gonna be so freaking cool. Alright, let's close out of that. Ba, 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 ba. Alrighty. Goodness. Oh, look at that. It was like perfect timing. It ended at like exactly two hours. That is perfect timing. Of course, we're slow because the estimate time was like 45 minutes to an hour, but of course, we double it. But that was perfect. Let me know what you guys thought about this. And thank you guys for watching. I am going on a work trip next week. It's gonna be a very long one. So I'll be leaving for a several hour trip Thursday. So I don't know if I can squeeze out a live on Wednesday. If I can, we'll go live. If not, we'll have to skip next week. We'll just have to find and wait and see. You're almost at 1,000 subs. Yes, I'm so excited. That is amazing. I think we're at 942 right now, which is crazy. Honestly, crazy. We're like less than 60 away from 1,000. I honestly never thought I would ever get to 1,000, but we might do it this year. We might. That is really cool. But all right, let's see. It's so original. Hopefully next month you'll be playing my game after I figure out the coding. Oh, that'd be so cool. Good luck with that, Ohelia. And I am going to sign off. I need to go, hi, kitty. I need to go get stuff done and hopefully get some recordings done. Remember, everybody, check out my Patreon. A new video should be going up within a week for this month. And I'll see you guys hopefully next week. And alrighty then. Goodbye, my chicken.